this area as a study area. This study area would have gone right back into the timber. So when you designate an area wilderness, you no longer have to worry about that type of thing happening. Because after that, you just literally want to take that project and some stuff.
Well, then I'll tell you what I heard you read, Ronnie, when you read that first thing with the big print, I can't remember what it was, I was trying to look over your shoulder, but my eyes weren't that good. There were words in there that said, the words in here say the roads will remain open. To me, that's very carefully chosen language. What was read out of the thing you read the first time, which wasn't on it said, no public use will change. I like those words. I feel real comfortable with no public use will change. I don't feel as comfortable with we'll keep the roads open. Because there's a lot of public use that may or may not directly impact on those roads. I'm trying to hit a happy medium here. I understand the value of declaring a wilderness area. You made that clear, and I appreciate you answering that. What I'm trying to look at is the other side of this argument that says, okay, you never get something for nothing in this life. It just never works that way for me. I work that way for you, but it never works that way for me. So if I'm going to make that change, what I'm really asking is, what am I giving up? What am I taking? What am I potentially giving up with words that say the roads will stay the same, as opposed to words that say the public use won't change?
Well, the only response I can give you is you're giving up the future rights to log timber, because that
Can
is
we
all.
put those words in our resolution? Instead of saying the roads won't change, say the public use won't change.
By definition, a wilderness area, correct me if I'm wrong, is not allowed timber line.
That's right. I submit to you that. I got you. I know that.
And also, even since '87, when it was a wilderness study area, even that is not allowed timber line.
Understand.
Well, hunting and fishing continues.
My issue is not timber logging. I understand that part. My issue is the public recreational use of this land, and I would like to see us say words that more adequately say that ain't gonna go away. I could support it all, but the problem is when you paint something like this with a broad brush that says wilderness area, sometimes you think, in all honesty, you believe with all your heart that you've done the right thing. And when I first heard this being discussed, I really thought we were doing the right thing. I still do. But I have to look out for the folks who recreationally use that land. And if I unwittingly throw my support behind something that may take something away from them when I have the power to put it in the resolution, then I feel like I'm not doing them a service.
I don't have any problem with that. Nothing's going to change.
Great, and that's, I'd just like for us to say
It just needs to be in.
If nothing's going to change, why are we changing the name?
Because if you don't,
That's what bothers me about this thing. When we started down this road, we were going to just change the name. That's all it was. And now you're talking about a bill that Schuler's going to put in. Why do we need a bill to change the name?
No, that was the meeting we had. Ronnie was there. It was the meeting we had that day at lunch with David. This is about a bill. This is about getting a permanent designation.
it has to go. It's got to be a federal
It's got to
act.
go. Did you
Yeah,
just hear
Congress,
Mr.
you
Wilkins
just
say?
told me that Schuler wants to know what a local government thinks about it. And so our resolution, I thought from the very beginning, was going to change the name. And that's all.
Nah, I don't know. I'm sorry that's what you maybe took away from that meeting, but that was not.
Well, we did talk about expanding it from 100 feet to 500 feet.
And then that he would permanently do away with logging in the road.
But
This
that's
is about designating an area
but
for
that is a
it.
wilderness study. That's all taken care of in the wilderness study, right? Because he just said nothing's going to change, and so I'm wondering why, if nothing's going to change, why do we need a new bill?
Because it will go back to a whatever. If the next piece of legislation that comes through Congress has a rider on it that says all wilderness study areas in America right now are hereby going back into the timber base.
So you can never unring the bell, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I can tell you that I will not vote for something that allows that piece of property to become logged again, timber logged.
And I agree with you.
And what we're trying to do is make it where that cannot happen. I have fielded, as you can imagine, in my neck of the woods, many phone calls. I know there are people on both sides of it. I've only gotten phone calls saying we want to designate the area. And this is why the people said I want to designate the area. I hike there, I camp there, I fish there, I backpack there. I don't want ATVs and all that kind of stuff ripping and running down through there. I want to maintain that the way it is.
I'm with you 100%.
And
Let's
that's
say
just-
that.
And that's what I've heard.
You see what I'm saying? Let's say
I
that.
don't mind if we can put that in there.
Let's say that.
Well,
That's
let's
all I
do
want to do.
this.
Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
Let's,
Can you amend it as such, Ronnie, tonight?
well, we can amend it tonight, but I'm not so sure that this is the time and place to amend it. What the real resolution is, this is the real resolution. You can put all the words you want to on the whereases. That's comments. The real resolution is that we support and endorse the permanent protection of the Overflow Wilderness Study Area in the Nantahala National Park as far as the Bob's-Town Wilderness Area. I think it's all you can put. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Attorney. We can put up there that we can, the whereases, we can put all that in there. Actually, this board, and we can, and I think Brent can try to satisfy it, and Mike can try to satisfy it, but it's going to come down to the fact that do we want to, this is all about protecting a very valuable watershed. We don't have many, there's not another one like it, in my opinion, in around and for the headwaters of Chattanooga River. Those who've not been there, it's to protect that area as a watershed more than anything else, I think. Am I right or wrong?
That, for me, would be the number one reason, one of the big reasons. but
I
it's
mean,
certainly one of
and,
the
you know,
best.
and here in Macon County, we've worked to protect the watersheds. We've passed ordinances from this board to help protect the watershed. So, but as far as putting the language in there, we can certainly ask that to be done. And where it says, Mr. Cuppers, whereas current road access will be maintained for said citizens, along with overlooks and motorized access to Glen Falls, we can put another sentence in there,
Current public use.
that current public use will not be altered in any way.
Now that I can
And it may need to be stated what the public use is.
Yeah.
I'd go that far.
And I would just like.
I'd say current public use, and I think
And I
probably
and one thing, back to Chairman Bill's point, you put as many of that in there, and I don't, you put whatever you want, doesn't matter. Because the bottom line is what we would be voting for, not the first three sentences, the first
I
three lines
understand.
there. Once we do that, or don't do it, whatever we do, that's all that Congressman Schuler or whoever, the congressman or whatever, they're not gonna sit there and rewrite the federal code based on our whereas.
they don't concern me.
I think,
I'm back to being nervous again,
If I
because
could
I don't know
clarify
where that's
something.
gonna wind up.
If I could clarify, hopefully clarify something. The Wilderness Act will not change one thing in this. Ronnie's got a copy of the Wilderness Act. So, I mean, it's right there. So,
And I did read that thing.
the current public use will not change for anything that's in there right now. Right now, you got hunting, fishing, hiking, horseback riding, people camping alongside that road.
And I would-
Mr. Wilkins, though, just totally said it would change if it went to a wilderness destination.
No, well, I mean, the only thing that I heard Michael say that would change is that the trails are not going to be maintained with chainsaws. Which
No
trails
roads.
are all maintained.
No maintenance, no roads.
No, that's not
Okay.
true. He
No
can
new
say the
roads.
other person.
And the camping would be eliminated, is that right?
No, not at all.
You don't normally have developed campsites, kind of permanent sites in the wilderness. It depends on how Brent writes the proposal. So, and then there is another gated road in there. Normally all roads are decommissioned, gates removed, those kinds of things. There's a side road in there. So, I
So
mean,
why don't you come back after you write your proposal and let us look at that?
And we need to
Right
have it
now-
before we
The
go to the
proposal
now-
won't be any different than what I put in front of you.
Right now, I'm in favor of allowing, of designating it to be called the Bob Zahner
Wilderness study.
Study Area.
That doesn't do anything.
Well, it changes
Would
the name,
this-
that's all we were gonna do.
Would this help if we
I'm
we
nervous
asked,
about anything else.
if we asked Brent for you to go back and, make you understand, Mr. Kelly. Once again, this is a federal issue. We're asking to either support it or not support it as changing the name to the Overflow Wilderness Area in the name of Bob Tanner, who was well known and published now, we found out, conservationists in our area. So I really don't have, if you have to take people, anything can change in 20 years, Mike. The Forest Service can come up and change You could close that area today. You have that authority, but I don't think you'd want to. So but, you know, there's a lot of things this board's out of, you can't control everything. What we're talking about here, are we recognizing this gentleman for his efforts in protecting the watershed area and a lot of things that go with it? We've been told that, I've been told by the Forest Service and by, you know, people that's been involved that nothing will change here. Than what it already is. But what it does, it makes it so it cannot be changed in the future.
It's irrevocable.
Yeah, it's irrevocable. Well, it's not irrevocable. You can probably go back through Congress and get it, but that'd be a heck of a job, I think.
The act of Congress could change it, but that's what it would take.
Yeah. Takes act of Congress to do it. And the act of
What
Congress to
this,
undo it.
what this resolution though is asking for us to support the permanent protection, changing it to a wilderness area, not just the name. I have no problem with doing this for Mr. Zoner whatsoever, but when you change it to permanent protection, you are changing it to a wilderness area.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You're certainly throwing your weight in that
That's right.
direction. You are correct.
Without those, in the resolution, I couldn't report.
What was it we needed in the road?
What we've just been discussing, the public use, and we need probably to define those, so that can be taken out. Mr. Wilkins said, that's campground stuff must not be maintained.
Please, Michael, could you please correct him on that?
I don't know how your proposal reads, like you say.
That's my point.
But you were there the day we all went out, and we talked about, we were all out to campsites, so they're part of the road. The road's not going to be closed. The road's never been closed. The road's not going to be closed with this bill. The current campsites that are in there, we talked about it that day, are going to stay in the road buffer. All we gotta do is make the road buffer 100 or 200 or 500 feet, as Ron said, whatever we wanna make it. But those campsites are not gonna be closed. And
They're
that's
not
the whole,
even, and therefore they're not even a part of the wilderness.
the Highlands Town Board wouldn't have voted for it if that was. So the town board, we've already been through this with the whole town board voted unanimously to support this. So,
They say there's a way to protect those activities in that area from people coming in later and watching. That's how they say that. Not as a way to restrict people going in, a way to make sure that.
You can put a resolution, no logging. Okay, and they'll do the same thing.
No,
It's already there.
Okay.
It's already there.
All right, I'll change it.
Because somebody can come in and walk a piece of land.
Do you see our concern? I mean, that's all I'm asking. I mean, I want real bad to support this. I mean, I really do. I think for all the
No problem with
environmental
the name
reasons, this is the right
whatsoever.
thing to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think the name change gets it done. I'm with
the
you. I
name change
understand.
doesn't do it.
I want the name change, because I think the man's do that honor, but I'm not consoled there. But what I am, I mean, what I cannot get out of the back of my mind is that I haven't seen the proposal either, and I'm kind of taking it on face value that nothing's gonna change. And I'm always leery of those nothing's gonna change things, because as soon as you say that, then something changes.
Well,
And all I'd like to know, and I don't know how to get any more certainty than what I've already asked, is to know what piece of paper do I have to look at so I can face Mr. Jones, and I can face other people and say,
yeah,
this doesn't.
that would help.
That would help me. Now, if I had 3 days to look at it, to be honest.
now, I'm only saying that no one's going to rewrite the Wilderness Act. It's a 45-year-old piece of legislation.
Right.
So when I tell you, and I'm standing you here in front of you as a citizen of Macon County, I'm not lying.
I'm not saying you are.
I'm telling
Just
you.
don't put words in my mouth.
But nothing is going to change. I'm sorry you don't trust the public process, but that is not what's going to happen here. I'm telling you that the county, if the county supports this, if the county, I could write everything I wanted to inside this resolution right now, and if Congress got a hold of it and decided to change it, they could. Just
Well,
like
they could do that if you declared a wilderness area.
No,
So-
they do
Yeah,
that.
they can. They can go and pass
It's
it
never
right
been
back
done.
over the top.
It's never been done.
But what I'm saying is,
It's never been done.
I think,
Is there a
I'm not
document?
gonna sit here and.
No, I know what you're saying.
and
Well,
I know
let's
with you, but
do-
there's an
let's-
issue here, and I don't think we're addressing.